I learned a big lesson on this call. Hey, I just wanted to mention that you as a police officer need to feel safe even when you're not working. And the thing is, a hidden threat is the fact that your information is all over the internet unless you've been actively trying to get it removed. So what I recommend so that you can feel safe again is the service officerprivacy.com. It was started by a retired law enforcement officer. I've been a customer of theirs for about a year now, and it is remarkable service. There's a link down below in the description box. After this video, make sure you click that link and state that you were referred by the 10 Code Mindset YouTube channel. On with the video.
Let's go!
Hey, what's going on? My name is Scott, and I help to keep police officers alive and well. And I was reflecting on my police career. One moment I'll never forget was when I learned a very valuable lesson a few years into the job when I responded to a hit and run at a residence. Now, there were two houses that shared one driveway. When I got there, a young lady and her boyfriend came out and met me and said, "Hey, look, our car was hit either overnight or that same day, but it was hit and our neighbors did it." Well, the neighbors weren't there. And as I started to get the information from them, the neighbors pulled back up and the color of that vehicle matched the damage of the hit and run damage. And when the people got out of the car, they were two habitual felons and kind of regulars in the city where I worked that I knew them. I made a mistake right then and there where I didn't call for additional units because I just figured, hey, this is a minor crash. Right now, everyone's being peaceful. I think I'll be okay. My mistake. And I own that. And thank God I'm alive to tell you that. But to make a long story short, a conversation about the damage turns into an argument about the damage between the neighbors, and then turns out into one of the suspects saying something so crude I can't even hint as to what it was on this video. And it made the young lady so mad, she picks up a brick right in front of me and throws the brick right at this guy, and it lands on the front porch, just missing a baby that was in a car seat. Thank goodness. But then those two run inside, and I'm thinking, man, dang it, this is not going to be good. They're going in there to get weapons, and they're going to come out guns a-blazing. I immediately grabbed her because she threw a brick at somebody right in front of me, and I placed her in handcuffs. Well, as I placed her in handcuffs, turns out her wrists were so small, she slips out of the handcuff, turns back around at me. I have to turn her back around. I put her handcuffs back on, even though there was kind of no point. But her boyfriend's yelling right at me, "Why are you doing this? She's not the one that messed up." And I get on the radio. I say, "I need people now." There were a few times in my career I called for the cavalry. That was the first time that I did because I was very concerned when they came out of that house, what was going to happen. Well, backup finally came in great numbers. I could hear the sirens coming. And if you're a cop, you know they just can't get there quick enough, but you hear them, and that's a good feeling. They get there, and my backup takes control of the situation. Fortunately, the guys did not come out of that house armed or aiming to retaliate. I don't know. I don't know why they went in. Maybe they did something they had that they shouldn't have had. I don't know, but whatever. Situation was resolved peacefully. I ended up charging one later on with disorderly conduct, but I ended up taking this lady down to the police department. Well, considering she had already slipped out of a handcuff, I needed to keep my eyes on her hands. I didn't want her to slip out secretly and then come around and hit me with a handcuff. So it was a decision I had to make. Nobody had any small wrist handcuffs. So it was a discretion choice on my part. I had to make the decision to keep her handcuffs in front. Well, I sat her down in the processing area and I started to enter her information, get her processed before going to the county jail. I'm working on the computer for about a minute, and I looked over at her. She was sitting on a bench. Her face is turning red. And I thought, wait a minute, like dark red. And I thought, wait a minute, what's going on here? I go over to her. Turns out she had taken her bra and wrapped it around her neck and was twisting it, making it tighter and tighter. She was trying to kill herself, and it broke my heart. And as I got that strap off of her neck, I said something to the effect of, "You deserve to live. You are better than this. You're a human being." I called my supervisor. Supervisor came and watched her while I finished the processing part on our end at the police department, and then we took her to the county jail. Obviously, I told the jail what she had tried to do back at the police department, and she didn't really say anything to me at the jail. Fast forward 6 months or so, maybe even a year after that incident, I'm working off duty at a bar where there's live music and a lot of people, and I see this young lady. She starts walking up to me, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, this is not going to be good. She comes up to me, she shakes my hand, and she says, "I'm doing much better. Hope you're doing well." And I was just like, oh my gosh, I was shocked. In the heat of the moment in that call, even though she was being very belligerent, getting out of the cuffs, tried to kill herself, I never lost my patience with her. I was respectful. And that was the first time I learned that even in challenging encounters, if you show respect, it can go a long way with someone and they'll remember how you treated them. I never had to use deadly force, thank God. But I even respect those police officers who have to defend themselves by using deadly force, and then they immediately start to apply first aid to the person they shot. We are all humans, and police officers are no better than anyone else, which is why respect and treating people as humans is absolutely important. And it just made my night at that off-duty gig for her to come up. And you know what actually happened like an hour or two after she came up and we talked for a little bit? Some young lady started acting out at the bar, and I was about to escort her out. And the lady from the hit and run incident told me, hey, I'll take care of her for you. Don't worry about it. I don't know what happened to that young lady. She might come across this video. I hope she's doing very well, but respect goes a long way to all the officers out there. When you're discouraged, when you're mad at people, continue to treat them with respect as human beings that they are. And you never know when they can help you out. And you never know what kind of difference you can make in this job. That's what makes policing worth it, in my opinion.
All units respond.